Lisa,
Yes.
good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Yeah, so was listening to your uh, introduction about your organization, and I think definitely people need to know more about what it is that you do. I am a stickler for people who are in the creative industry, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as you said dance,
Mhm.
bam, we got to have a conversation, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
tell us about your organization and what it is that's the focal point.
Okay. Well, my organization is a performing arts organization. It's more like a one-stop shop, is what I like to always promote it as, because what I'm promoting and what I'm presenting to these young adults, children, seniors, all ages, I always say 4 to 104. What I'm presenting to them is the ability to, that it's never too late, never too early to start with the creative arts,
Hmm.
with dance, photography, writing, creative writing, with recording, and just being really deeply rooted in the African tradition. So that's one of the things that I do specialize in is West African dance and drum.
Really?
Yes, and that's really how I got my start here in Jacksonville, because I'm originally from Tampa, Florida,
Okay.
and so I
Go
taught.
Bucks.
Yes, go Bucks, kind of like sorta. Yeah, I got my start. I'm born and raised in Tampa, so I got
Okay.
my start within the arts. I got into the cultural arts kind of late in life, and I just kind of catapulted. And then next thing I knew, I was dancing with a major West African dance company. Then I was being featured in Russia for a month, teaching West African culture. And, it's kind of like it has been my passion to make sure that everybody is very well aware of the beauty of Africa,
Mhm.
that there is, a major culture, and that it is very, very important that they understand that
Mhm.
there is a lot of wealth in Africa.
So, what
So
parts of West Africa
um,
that you visited, and how long were you there?
I visited Dakar, Senegal, Dakar, and
Hmm.
I was there for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I studied there. I was also in Morocco, but I didn't do a lot of studying in Morocco. I
Okay.
did most of my studying in West Africa. So I spent the 3 weeks literally like being delved into the culture. I mean, villages. I was on the beach.
Hmm.
We took dance class in the sand. There
Hmm.
was no dance studio with the flooring and
Right.
stuff. You danced in the sand on the beach. That was it. So that was an adjustment, but it was great. It was amazing. Like I said, the food, the culture, just the all around, just the ability that everybody has to be just so family oriented
Hmm.
there. I loved it.
So, what your studio is located in Fleming Island?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, where are you pulling your students from? Are they coming to you in Fleming Island, or are you going out and doing classes away?
Well, I am in Duval County and Clay County,
Okay.
so I do promote it there.
Hmm.
And however, I want transportation.
Hmm.
That's something that I'm working towards. So, grant money will provide transportation, but I have a dance company. Creative Kids and Beyond is its own dance company, so
Hmm.
that's their home. So right now I'm servicing 25 families right now.
Okay.
And so really word of mouth, and me being inside of the different schools between Clay and Duval County,
Hmm.
I'm able to
What are
get
some of the
family.
challenges you feel like you hear within the system? Because I know that there's been a reduction in arts and culture classes. Not as many. When I went to school,
Yes.
everybody took art class. It was a
Right.
thing, right?
Right.
And then everybody took music. You had a
Hmm.
music teacher come visit you, right?
Right.
So what is, do you feel like what you're offering is, one of those sufficient alternatives for the students?
Absolutely. I think when you ask what the biggest challenge is, I think the biggest challenge is being consistent.
Hmm.
And it's sometimes we have to make sure that we are not um, taking away the arts from the children. Sometimes I know when children have behavioral issues or different things, the first thing the parent does is, "Oh, you're not going to dance. You're
Right.
not going to football." No, bring them, invite them in, speak with them, talk to them, and still keep them involved. That is not a punishment. Reading is not a punishment. Taking away different things is not a punishment. What we want to do is we really want to create a safe space for children and families. And with that is, no, let's get into it. Let's talk about why you're not,
Hmm.
behaving, or why you can't get here, or why. So I think the biggest for me, in terms of being a part of an organization, the biggest thing is just making sure that people stay consistent and are still encouraged and engaged
Hmm.
at all times.
So tell a little bit about the offerings, right? Because when I hear African dance, I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, the little African outfits
Mm-hmm.
and, kind of what we saw on Coming to America, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. And is that what your approach is? What else is involved in your curriculum?
Okay, so Coming to America is not the only.
Just saying. I'm
It's
think,
not our only resource.
yeah.
No. Actually, what I provide is it's kind of like a crash course
Hmm.
in cultural arts. So I'm going to talk to you about the region. I'm specifically speaking to you from the West African region because, of course, West African dance is different from South African dance, and it's different from Central African dance and East African dance. So I'm coming to you from a Western African region perspective. The culture, when it comes to speaking about the rhythm, how many languages are spoken on the continent of Africa, making sure that people are aware of what a continent is, how many countries are on that continent. I also have plenty of African artifacts in that they're able to learn how to play specific instruments, drums. They're able to see traditional garb. I'm dressed from the nines, head to toe, in
Hmm.
traditional garb. Um, and I'm also offering the a different look.
Yeah.
A lot of times people think about, when you hear African dance, you think people are just flapping their arms. I'm offering you technique.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn about the technique, the rhythm, the origin that it comes from, why we're doing it. What's the difference between a passport step, a transition step, a solo step. We are offering the background on each drum that you're playing. That there's so many drums within that polyrhythmic style.
Hmm.
It's a lot. It's very intricate. So I'm giving you like a crash course. So when
Right.
you leave, you feel a sense of pride. You are more aware of what we are as Black people.
Okay. So what are some of the most common perhaps dances? What's the most popular type drum that the kids seem to take to?
Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody wants to play the djembe drum, the
Hmm.
one that people consider a bongo or a
Hmm.
conga, and they play it with their hands
Right.
because there are specific drums that are played with sticks
Hmm.
because of the skin, the type of skin that's on the drums, and then there's drums that are played with hands. And so the most popular one would be the djembe drum, where you stand up and you strap up and you play it like this. So I'm pretty sure you've seen a djembe
Right.
drum,
Yeah.
and a lot of children, a lot of families they want to do the fast, upbeat, highly energetic
Hmm.
steps. So, the celebratory dances, because of course, each dance is done for specific reasons. Girls coming of age, when somebody passes away, or somebody celebrating a birthday, or the king and queen are coming. So it's just
Yeah.
different, different styles and different
Is it fun?
rhythms.
Is it
It's
fun?
absolutely.
So do you perform like you have shows?
Yes.
At, do you get a chance to do anything in public? Outside of your
Absolutely.
produce?
We just did a back to school performance outside in Orange Park.
Hmm.
They gave away 500 backpacks and supplies to the community, and we were out there. We were featured, and so we performed. It was great. Everybody left with a backpack and
Right.
supplies. They had a pet and zoo, had snacks, and all different types of things.
Hmm.
So,
So,
yeah.
what's a typical parent saying when hey, I want my child to be in your school?
I want my child to do that. Whatever it is you're doing, they just absolutely love what I'm doing
Hmm.
because, of course, I'm passionate. Of course, I, I permeate,
Right,
it
right.
permeates through my
It comes in.
soul. Everything, what I'm doing when it comes to dance, when it comes to the arts, I'm super passionate about it. And so the kids, they feed off of that. And
Hmm.
so that's what, that's
What's
what the parents want.
what's the age groups?
4 to 104. I said it. I said it because any age is welcome.
Right.
Really, any age. I actually have a 3-year-old that's in the company. She just joined about 6 months ago, and because she's super passionate, her mom's like, she just dances all the time. I don't know what to do. Bring her on.
You think this is having an impact on how kids perform in school? I mean,
Absolutely.
this is the students, they are taking this energy back to class with them?
Absolutely, absolutely, because this organization, this style of dance, this culture is teaching the children to have accountability, because you can't really videotape your steps. You have to memorize your steps, come back to class ready to go, knowing the choreography, knowing the movements. If you don't, of course, we work at it. You are provoked to have stamina, and just really, memorize the history, the movements, not just the drums and dance. You are encouraged to memorize the continents, encouraged to memorize different songs and different types of languages and different things like that. So it makes them a little more confident. They kind of walk out with their chest up when they get things right.
So how deep into the history discussion do you get? 'Cause given the fact that we're having, debates now about what should be taught in school, you think that you have an opportunity to bridge some of those
Absolutely.
gaps that may occur because the school curriculum is now going to be limited?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm able to, tailor it, so that children can understand exactly what's going on. But it is very important that I am giving you, an insight and a look at, just everything as a whole, from slavery on to present
You
time.
talk about that. You
I
talk
do.
about
I do.
how.
There's specific dances that are done for when we were enslaved, that we do, and that we, of course, for different celebrations and different things like that when they ask,
That's good.
So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, I'm tempted to ask: Are all of the students Black students?
No, they're
Really?
not. No. I service anyone. Anyone. If you got 2 left feet, I want you.
Right.
I don't care. I'm open to everyone.
Right.
Now we are predominantly Black though.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
I this is kind of goes back to the whole controversy around what's being taught in schools now. Um, I'm going to be as this controversy continues to expand, you may become an important resource, or what you're doing probably going to become an important resource for people who are trying to get at actual history and knowledge about African culture,
Yes.
African Americans, and how we got here.
Yes.
You think you're ready for that challenge?
I'm ready. I've been ready. Bring it on. I got some. I guarantee you, when they leave, they will have some sense of, they will feel important. They will have a better understanding of, the struggle that we are, that is still present right now. It hasn't gone away. It's eased up a little bit. It's still very present. So they will definitely walk away with a better understanding of what we go through daily.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you being here.
I'm happy to be here.
And thanks, and continue to do the great work. We're going to be looking out for what you do, and we'll probably come out and check you out sometime and see what's going on.
Absolutely. Come and visit me. We have a soft opening on August 20th. So come and visit. It's open to the public, and you can kind of see, what I'm doing, what I'm up to.
Very good. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Mhm.